Good afternoon and welcome to the latest issue of Print21, the weekly video news bulletin for the Australia and New Zealand print industries. This issue is sponsored by Ball & Doggett, Australia's largest supplier of printable materials and press room consumables. And this issue comes to you live from Las Vegas, where Connect 2023, the world's biggest print and packaging industry software conference, hosted this time for the first time by eProductivity Software, is taking place, welcoming printers, trade suppliers and trade media from all around the world. The Connect event sees commercial, packaging, label and wide format printers all come together for the four-day event, which comprises keynotes and sector-specific streams, along with several different user group sessions. Those streams, they include commercial stream, publications, corrugated, packaging, web to print and MIS. eProductivity Software was the former EFI software division, which became an independent entity just over a year ago, and is a huge player, of course, in Australia and New Zealand. In the opening keynote, Gabby Matsalak, CEO of EPS, highlighted the developments, challenges and the opportunities for print and packaging businesses, with the rest of the event dedicated essentially to outlining how software implementation can be the difference between profit and pain for print and packaging businesses. Back in Australia, and tragic but inevitable news from Opal, which says the printing paper manufacturing operation at its Maryvale mill is now being considered for closure. Printed paper manufacturing at the mill that stopped the day before Christmas Eve when it ran out of logs. The company had been producing some 200,000 tonnes of white paper each year, roughly split 50-50 between uncoated wood-free and copier grades. Logging contractors were effectively, though, banned from their logging a month prior to Christmas, thanks to a judgment in favour of environmental activists. They were concerned about the fate of a rare possum in Victoria's native forest. The judge ordered loggers to take increased precautions, but the loggers said that they were doing all they could, and forestry manager, state-owned Vic Forest, said it was effectively a banning order, and loggers pulled out straight away. Vic Forest has appealed the Supreme Court decision, and that came after a years-long campaign by local activists. Maryvale produces a significant amount of UWF uncoated wood-free papers used in Australia's offset printing industry, including forms and envelopes. Major merchants, though, Ball & Doggett and Spices, they're assuring printers that they are able to source alternate grades from their overseas suppliers. The mill also produces the vast majority of copier papers used in Australia, with its dominant Reflex brand and several other brands. Major supplier Office Brands, for instance, they sourced 98% of their copier paper from Maryvale. The local copier paper market is now seriously challenged. Copier papers are likely to rise in price by at least 50%, as they're subject to anti-dumping tariffs. The closure of the paper-making line would see 300 well-paid regional workers get the sack. As the mill is the biggest employer in the area, 850 staff. It also produces packaging grades, but these are unaffected as they come from a different type of log, softwood, as opposed to the hardwood logs used for the printing paper grades. The long-running battle between ticket printing operation TMA Australia, which is seeking redress and compensation from the Philippines Charity Sweepstake Office over their collapsed joint venture, has taken another turn, with TMA now back in domestic litigation before the Philippines courts following the latest setback. The court battle has been going on for 13 years. It centres on a thermals coating plant built for tickets built by TMA. Following the latest judgment, TMA is now weighing up its options to have its dispute with PCSO, the Charity Sweepstake Office, referred to a forum that will be insulated and immune from what it says is the concerted efforts of the Philippines administration to turn a blind eye, that's the Philippines government, to turn a blind eye to the investors' plight. The company has now set aside a war chest, which it intends to use to right what it alleges are the multiple wrongs it's been subjected to. West Australian print business Footprint has produced 250,000 labels in the first 10 weeks of its new label printing business operation. They were produced on its new Epsom Shawpress L4533AW, supplied by Fujifilm. Located in the wine region of Mandurah, the Oldfield family-owned company ordered the Epsom at Packprint when it decided to diversify into new areas, labels being the sector of choice. Colormaker Industries, the Brookvale-based manufacturer of Permaset screen printing inks, have passed a remarkable milestone of 500 tonnes of greenhouse gases saved through the electricity produced from its 100 kilowatt rooftop solar array. The terrific number came just a day short of 40 months since the array was first installed, first powered up in 2019, and that was in the midst of the Black Summer bushfires. Since then, despite first the smoke of the bushfires and then 3 successive years of La Nina, with of course its non-stop rainfall and clouds, the solar array has pushed out clean electricity every single day, culminating in a 500-tonne saving achievement. Good news, and congratulations to all. That's it for this week's issue of Print21, coming to you live from the Strip in Las Vegas. This is Wayne Robinson, editor, signing off. Thanks to our sponsor, Ball & Doggett. Go to print21.com.au for all the stories on here and more from the industry's news platform, and I'll see you next week back in Australia.